Good afternoon. I'm not doing a reading on this. This is just a commentary. I was just reading this thing from Fox News headlines that Trump says EPA is going to slap San Francisco with violations related to the homeless population. That the homeless are causing the sewers to be filled with, the drug paraphernalia and those other things, and it's going out into our streams, and it's horrible. And so he's going to try to slap a fine on San Francisco. And yet, he just sat there and got rid of the EPA for these big companies dumping sewage and dumping things in the waterways. That's okay. That's okay. If it's a big company, pollute it all you want. But the homeless, oh, no, we can't have that. EPA sanctions on that right away. Right away, we need to take care of that. It's polluting our thing. We can't. What, you're not making any money off the homeless? Okay. So once again, Trump shows his color. Okay? If you've got money, your company, no problem, pollute wherever you want. Go drill, go mine in our national forests, no problem. Go up there in Alaska in that big forest land and get rid of all the trees. No problem. But homeless? Oh God, no, we can't have that. Can't have that. We need to get rid of that right away. We're going to slap them with a fine with the EPA. Okay? Immediately. As soon as I get back to Washington, you watch this next week. Watch what I'm going to do to San Francisco. Yeah. Oh, now he's saying, Trump, foreign leaders don't want calls with the U.S. recorded. No, he doesn't want calls recorded. Not the other foreigners. I'm sure they would probably like to have it recorded because they'd like to have it documented what the heck they talked about. Okay? But Trump, yeah. No, this is, like I said, things they're going to heat up and heat up and heat up more and more. And he's on the downward slide rapidly at this point. On the downward slide. And he's getting, like I said, crazier every day. This thing with the EPA slapping an EPA to slap San Francisco with violations. Okay? Really? Pollution violations? There's more pollution from the homeless than there is from these big companies that are dumping sewage and waste and other things, pollutants into the waterways? I don't think so. Okay. So again, this is something else to watch for. Another thing to protest against. Okay? If you are homeless, you can't sleep in your car. Better to sleep in the street, blocking the streetway, okay, or park or whatever, because you're not allowed to stay in your car. I mean, there is no logic to any of it. No logic to any of it that these people are doing. If they had some rent regulations, which they're not doing, people are in the street because they can't afford to pay rent and what they're making. You get a minimum wage job, you think you can pay over $2,000 for a studio apartment on minimum wage? Okay? And that's why we have a homeless population. Okay? I couldn't afford to rent in San Francisco. No way. I'd be out in the street as well. That's why I'm moving to Tennessee. I can't afford to live in California. That's like I was saying today, you got to look at the harsh realities. That's a harsh reality. I cannot afford to live in California. Okay? So I'm going to move to Tennessee. So again, you have to look at the reality of these things, and these companies need to step back. When you got people that are working, trying to earn a living, and they can't even have a roof over their head, there is something drastically wrong that needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed immediately. To price people out of having a roof over their head or food in the basic necessities, okay? To not even give them a living wage. That people that are on, lower income salaries have to have a roommate in order to survive is ridiculous. Again, there's a lot of work we need to change this country to get things back on track. So let's just continue to go forward step by step, day by day, and make this a better place. Get back to some kind of values rather than letting the wealthy run over the top of everything and dictate and continue to divide the classes. Okay. So I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to see your comments. I do read them all. I don't comment on all of them because I have so many coming in. But I do read every single comment that's coming in. Okay, so please forgive me if I don't comment on them, but it's a lot of comments are coming in. So thanks for tuning in. Have a great day. See you online. If there's a reading you want to see done, please put it in the comments section, and I'll take a look at it and see what we have. Aho.